Hello everyone, welcome back to Geeks Outpost. My name is Nick, and today we're doing part 2 of my Florida vlog. If you haven't seen part 1, be sure to go and watch that before you watch this one. Or don't, I'm not your dad, I'm not going to tell you what to do. So let's get into part 2. The very first day we were at Florida, officially, we ended up going to Disney Springs, which, if you guys didn't know, is a completely free experience for anyone. To get to Disney Springs, you just put in your GPS Disney Springs and it'll take you to Disney World as usual. But there'll be a couple exits that you'll have to take that'll say Disney Springs. You'll get the option of a few parking garages, but I was recommended the lime green one. We were recommended the lime green garage because it's in the dead center of Disney Springs, and it lets you get to all the areas along the boardwalk a little easier. So the moment it finally came, we were at Disney Springs. I've been so excited for this the entire time we were in Florida, just because I've never been to anything like that before. You know, no Disney theme parks, no Universal theme parks. So I was very much excited. I didn't really get any footage of myself reacting to being there, but let me just tell you, it was awesome. It's really for people like myself that don't really want to do all the rides or wait in line and spend all that money for things that you're probably not really going to get to do anyways due to how many people are visiting the parks at any time. So Disney Springs is just a giant shopping center that just has the same things that the Disney World theme park would have in the shop district, just without all the other hassle. The first shop we stopped at was the World of Disney. It's a pretty cool little shop. It has a bunch of stuff in it, and I mean a bunch of stuff. Anything and everything you could think of that's Disney related is in there because of course it's Disney World. They had lounge flies, Mickey ears, anything that your inner child would want was in there. And anything, you know, grumpy old folks would want as well. It was a pretty cool store. The prices were to be expected. It is Disney after all, so the prices are always going to be a little high. And that didn't really stop us from buying anything. We did pick up a few items, which I'll show in a little bit. After the World of Disney, we did a little bit more walking around, and I discovered the Lego store, and oh my lord. There was so many Lego things in there, I lost my mind. The line was long, but it really moved very quickly. We were at the very back of the line, and we got in within 2 minutes, so really, the line's not a problem there. You already know me, immediately when I saw the Star Wars Legos, I drifted directly to them. I just couldn't help myself. They were so cool, and actually some of them were cheaper than what you would get at other stores, so I was actually very surprised by that. The next stop is what I was most excited about in the entire world aside from visiting Galaxy's Edge itself. I had found the Star Wars trading post, and let me tell you, I could not contain my excitement. My wife had to grab the back of my shirt to keep me from running in the doors and running over small children to see the amazing store before me. It is there where I had made my purchases. Of course, you guys know me, like I said. If I was going to buy anything in this world that was overpriced, marketing garbage, you know it would be at a Star Wars store. And I will show you guys exactly what I got. First things first, of course, the thermal detonator themed Sprite. The thermal detonator themed Coke, which I have not opened. I don't plan on opening for a little while. I do eventually plan on using them, drinking them and then using them for cosplay purposes, but for now they will remain sealed as a collector's item. And for a little bit of alternative fun, you already know I had to get me some binders. Yeah, these things were special. They were a special purchase. Also going to be used for cosplay purposes in the future, but I'm sure I can figure out other ways to use them if I'm not cosplaying. Enough of that, but back to the video. Our next stop was just a couple of random miscellaneous shops, like the left-hand shop that had only items for people that happened to be lefties, and Goofy's Glacier shop or Goofy's candy store. There was tons of candies and goodies in there if you have little ones or you yourself have a sweet tooth. It is a great place to stop in and grab a bite to eat. We just started kind of adventuring around. We passed by the famous Rainforest Cafe and walked across this really awesome boardwalk that looked over the water, and we saw this really awesome car boat thing. These people were just driving it around the little area there, just showing off and having a good time. After we had our fill of just kind of walking around and shopping for the day, we got pretty hungry and we found a local restaurant that was awesome. It was called Chewy's. I think it was like Chewy's Mexican Cafe or something like that. It was immaculate. This place had aesthetic. They had great food and even better service. The people were so friendly and helpful with the menu. And just look at the food. Look at the food. If I had to give it a rating, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. If you guys find yourself in that area near Orlando and you find Chewy's, it's gonna be right next to a Joe's Crab Shack off the main highway when you're leaving Disney World. You guys gotta try it. It was immaculate. Of course, I'm not sponsored by them. They're not paying me to say this. I just, ooh, that food made an impression on me. Really, it did. Not as much as this creepy picture they had in the bathroom above the urinal. I was just trying to pee like any, normal dude, and this guy was just eyeballing me. Like he wanted to say something. And I didn't really appreciate him pointing at me, down there. It's kind of weird. I think we connected though. We definitely had a moment. We then started heading back to the resort when we saw this really cool shop on the side of the highway with a giant wizard over it, and that immediately caught my attention, so we just had to stop. This place had tons of Disney items, and I think they were mostly bootleg stuff, of course, but there was actually some Disney branded stuff in there as well that they were selling at very, very discounted rates. So do with that information what you will. If you want to buy some Disney branded things without paying the Disney prices, you might want to check this place out. They did have a lot of Disney items, but they also had some Universal Studio items as well, and we ended up getting some pretty cool stuff there. My wife got this really cool gator head thing. I ended up getting this Harry Potter coffee mug that was really cool, and I know you can actually buy this at Walmart and I believe even Target, but it was cheaper there because, of course, it's like a discount store kind of thing for most of the souvenirs you'd get at the main theme parks. So instead of paying, I think it's $22 to $24 usually at Walmart stuff, I got this one for 15 bucks. Pretty good deal. So the next day came and we had decided that we wanted to do something a little bit special. So we decided to get tickets to go to Volcano Bay. I personally didn't even know that Universal had a water park or anything like that, and when I discovered it, I just knew I had to jump at the opportunity, and it was better than I could have imagined. It had such beautiful scenery. The ambience was just right. We went on a Thursday, so it wasn't super busy. I would say there's probably only about 650 to maybe 800 people total there that day, including us. So it was really nice. You didn't have to wait in line very long for many of the rides or the slides, and it was just an overall great experience. My personal favorite part of it was the wave pool in the middle that would slowly just start making huge fun waves for you to kind of roll under and over and just, I don't know, it was a great time. And just like that, the day was done. I didn't get to film everything that I wanted to at Volcano Bay because I did have one of those Sea-Wag water seal bags for your phone, but I didn't really trust it to go down all the slides and the giant wave pools. So I recorded what I could with the bag on it, but then just mostly enjoyed the rest of my day. So I got as much footage as I could before and after so that you guys could see it and kind of experience it and get an idea of what you guys could get into if you decide to visit Volcano Bay yourself. So after that long and awesome day that we had there, we went home and turned in for the night and just relaxed as much as we could because it was a lot of walking, a lot of swimming, and we were just really sore and really tired. The next day came and it was finally time to leave Florida and head back to Oklahoma. So we made a couple pit stops and I caught a couple fun little videos here and there, like these ones here of a fun little baby alligator that we saw at this really cool convenience store that I'd love to visit again someday. We found these little baby sharks that were in these containers and preserved. Of course, they were dead, but you know, still, I can now honestly say I own a shark because we bought a really cute little one. I got a cute clip of the puppy that we took with us here, just being adorable. And at the end of the day, all I gotta say is it was an amazing experience and a really awesome adventure. And I'm so glad that I got to take you guys with me. And hopefully y'all got as much enjoyment out of it as I did. And I'm just so thankful you guys are all here with me right now, enjoying this as well. As always, thank you for watching. See you next time.